The Eagles have gone too far. The Eagles have officially gone too far. The signing of Paris Campbell today broke me. It really
Good
did.
move. How we still cooking?
I know. I saw your tweet. It was a little. I was like, what are you talking about? It's Paris Campbell. By the way, Paris Campbell, one of the 3 mistakes that Jeff Lurie has made in his entire tenure as Eagles owner here. But
mistake that he wanted.
He
Paris.
wanted him. He's wrong. His evaluation was wrong with Paris Campbell. They ended up with Jay Jaw instead.
Right.
So.
But I wonder, what did he – I'm asking this in all seriousness. Did he consider it wrong because Paris Campbell didn't turn out to be the receiver he thought he was, so he was wrong on that? Or he's saying he was wrong, he should have taken Paris Campbell?
I think the player he turned out to be, if I had to guess.
Okay.
Yes.
I can accept that. It's not that he wished he had taken Paris Campbell instead of JJ.
I would hope not, because Paris Campbell –
It's not much different there.
Although there is also a video.
Paris is still playing, and where's JJ?
I think Atlanta. Last time I saw was a tight end, maybe. But speaking of Paris Campbell, it was, I think, Sirianni's last draft pick, and Sirianni was like melting down when they drafted Paris Campbell. So
in a good way, or
very happy.
Oh, happy,
very happy.
Oh, there you go then.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even put that together that he was in Indy with Sirianni.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the new Zach Pascal. I guess you could say. But they've gone too far, Ike. And like Paris Campbell, Devontae Parker, Saquon, we're all excited about.
Right.
But what bothers and what worries me is they've invested a lot into the offense again, and I just don't know where this defense is at. I don't know. I think they've gotten better, but how much better? Had they were one of the worst in the league last year. Are they in the top 15 right now? Even if you argue they are, they're closer to 15 than 10 probably.
Yeah.
And I just think they're going a little bit too far here, where I don't know what the impactful moves in the defense are. Like CJ, GJ, sure, but they laid him as a safety.
Yeah.
Maybe they go add Justin Simmons. Okay, but Justin Simmons isn't here at the current point.
Sure.
Devin White, like I'm excited about the name, but it's another 1-year guy. Who else is playing linebacker? We talked about it yesterday. Like I know Zach Bond. I know Oren Burks. I know the Kobe. Maybe they addressed it in the draft, but
even then, you don't know if that's a player that can play.
Besides Trotter Jr.
Yeah, that's Trotter Jr. Yep.
Besides Trotter Jr. Hassan Reddick might be out of here. Like we feel like he's probably going to be out of here, which is a shame because if he's back, I think it'd be like, okay, at least the defensive line
is good. Right.
They got dudes up and down the line. Right. But as it stands right now, it's a lot of question marks. Like there's a lot of question marks on the defensive side of the ball, whereas offense, yeah, there's more locked in. There's more players that I can bank on that I think are going to have great years.
Yeah.
There's still too many question marks for me on this defense, and I think they've gone too far with the offensive moves they've made.
Well, listen, I can agree with you that there's still work to do on the defensive side of the football. I don't think they're done yet. They still have time to add players. As we see, they are still adding players, although these are more of on the lower end of free agency. Paris Campbell isn't going to necessarily raise everybody's antennas, and even though I put out the Howie Rosen is still Howie season. Yeah. I got it.
I don't know if we drew a line there.
No, I don't draw a line with anybody. I feel like everybody gets a fair crack at it when Howie is signing guys in the offseason. But here's what I'll say to this. I'm not going to disagree with you as far as they still need to do stuff defensively. But offensively, also what you're trying to do is continue to build on what's a strength. And the offensive side of the ball is what's ultimately going to carry you this year. I don't think they can make a move or two this offseason, especially since we've gone past the first wave of free agency, where you're going to get defensive impact players where they're game changers, meaning that this guy comes in and he changes your entire defense around. I think you're going to get added pieces to sort of complement each other so you'll have a little bit better than what I would consider a serviceable defense. So if the defense is ranked somewhere around 13, 12, 14, I think that's a good enough defense that you can win with because your offense is so strong. Your offense is so strong. And adding a guy like Paris Campbell, good size at the wide receiver position. As a matter of fact, I'm probably more excited about the Paris Campbell signing than I was about the Devontae Parker signing.
Man, that's going to be a camp battle to watch.
Yeah, I'm not interested. Yeah, I mean, listen, at least Paris Campbell is a true slot receiver.
Sure.
Yeah, so, okay, if he's healthy, we'll see what he looks like next to A.J. and Devontae. Going out and adding Kenny Pickett, okay, they strengthened up the quarterback room. They got a backup quarterback for the next couple of years. I like what we're doing. I really do. I like what we're doing. You got to keep Hassan Reddick. I'm going to continue to harp on that he needs to find a way, and they need to find a way to work this out so that he's here this year. You go out and get Justin Simmons. Hey, Justin, just a little PSA for you, buddy. It's thin out there right now, brother. There's not much out there for you. Not much out there for you. And let's face it, the Eagles are a very good football team. You know Vic Fangio. You played in his defense.
He's spoken highly of Vic Fangio.
You have already spoken highly of Vic Fangio. So come on over. Get your midnight green, Kelly green, get whatever it is you need, and come on over, man. You know, find a way, Howie. You can incentivize his contract if that's what you need to do, right? And you can find a way to get here at a minimum on a 1-year deal. He probably wants 2 years.
Listen.
He's 30 years old. And a matter of fact, Fritzy, at 30 years old, I would give him a 2 to 3 year deal.
How about a 2 with a third-year option?
Okay. I mean, but if you sign him to the 3 and you got the out with the 3rd year.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm good with that. But he's only 30 years old. Not like he's 33.
No.
Yeah.
He's not like Eddie Jackson.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah. Who I also was okay with because he's a Fangio guy, too.
He's a little old.
Yeah, but I didn't know Justin Simmons would become available, and he has.
Yeah, he has. And listen, if they get Justin Simmons, maybe it changes how I feel today.
Dude, that whole deep. I mean, think about it. You get Justin Simmons in there. You got Isaiah Rodgers. We got a whole bunch of guys, man.
Yeah, well, guess what, buddy? You know who's the projected starting outside corner right now?
Yes.
James Bradbury.
Yes,
okay?
Yeah.
James Bradbury, Darius Slay, Isaiah Rodgers. Who's the slot guy? Could be CJ GJ.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to bring everyone down. I don't want to bring everyone down. It's just I don't think they've.
So you think the defense could be their downfall?
100%. Like I just don't understand. I can't piece together how you go get Saquon, and I view that as an all-in move, and it still feels like there's question marks in the defense. Like I like Bryce Huff. I think he has a chance. Huge question mark if he can do it on a three down basis.
Yep.
Even if you don't, like what is the depth of that position?
The depth at the position, yeah.
Sure. So Josh Sweat had 4.5 sacks last year and didn't touch a guy in the second half of the season. Nolan Smith, huge ask, seeing if he can be a breakout player in year 2. Didn't see much in year 1. BG's in his year 15. Love BG, but like we know he's a rotation. He knows he's a rotation.
Yes.
He's called his retirement tour.
Yes.
Linebacking, like it is Devin White and a question mark. It is at safety. It's CJ GJ, which they signed as at corner. Reed Blankenship and maybe Sidney Brown. Mm-hmm. The corners are Slay and Bradbury still.
Yeah.
Like
with a bunch of young guys.
Would have liked an impact move, like a real, like you want to go Patrick Queen? You want to go Brian Burns?
Right. Give
up the trade if you want to re-sign Hassan Reddick. Still too many question marks on that side of the ball. When I see Paris Campbell signed and Devontae Parker signed, and in the draft you're talking about Blake Bowers. While exciting, it's another offensive guy. Elliott, I know, is talking.
True.
Elliott's talking himself into Xavier Worthy. What are we doing? Like, how much more offensive people do we need? I get it's an offensive league, but what sunk the team last year is they couldn't get a stop. They could not get a stop. They went from the best rushing defense in football to 31st. All they did was allow points, and like. When it sunk the team in the way it did last year, I guess I would have liked to see more urgency on that side of the ball rather than have to worry about, is Hassan Reddick going to be here? Like, you bring him back, you add Justin Simmons, whatever. Okay, I feel fine. But as we stand today, I think they've gone too far with the offense. 215-592-9494 is how you get in. And the final point on that, Ike, before we go to the phones here, is I feel like what I'm going to have to do now is trust them to be able to draft defense well. And that's not something that has been a strength of this team. I know they have to draft defensive players.
Sure.
Jalen Carter was a top 10 pick. I would hope
a lot easier to hit on that guy.
22. They just have not in that range.
Especially in that area.
20 to 25. We know Marcus Smith. We know Danny Watkins. We know Barnett was 14.
Whatchamacallit was 20 or 21, wasn't he? Rager,
Dillard.
Yeah.
Like it's just
all bad.
All bad.
Yeah.
All bad.
Yeah.
Like even BG was top 15.
He was top 15, yeah.
Fletcher Cox, top 15.
Yep.
This range is worrisome. Now, they do have the second-round picks, two of them, which is great. But I just, to bank on, okay, well, they're going to add guys in the draft.
Yeah, we don't know who they're adding in the draft. Now, listen, I can agree with you there, and that's why I'm still hot and heavy on Justin Simmons. That's why I'm still hot and heavy on him. I wish there was a corner out there that I felt great about. because I'd be hot and heavy on him as well, right? Because I just the whole, Bradbury, thank you for 2022, but I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. We can go ahead and I just don't see how he's better this year when it looked like last year. It wasn't scheme that it looked like he struggled with. It looked like age.
Lost a step.
Yeah, and losing a step is what it looked like he struggled with. And you don't gain a step.
Maybe more than a step.
Right.
It might have been 3 steps.
So I just don't see how that helps you. So here's what I'll say. Because I'm not telling you you're totally wrong. You may be overreacting a little bit, but that's you. I'm okay with that. But there is some merit to there is work still to be done on that side of the football.
Sure.
A lot of work still to be done on that side. And I'm not about rookies. Jalen Carter is the one defensive rookie that ever came in here and had a real live impact. I mean, all these years, I don't remember any other defensive rookies coming in and having to contribute significantly.
Yeah, I mean, like the last one comes to mind is what, Fletch?
Right. We got to go back. He just retired. We got to go back, 13 years?
It took BG 5 years?
Yeah.
To really find his footing. Like, it takes a little bit, especially that side of the ball. And
and that doesn't help you out this year to go win the Super Bowl relying on rookies.
Right, and it feels like a lot of people are jumping to this is Super Bowl year, Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. Offense, sure.
Right.
I agree. Defensively, not yet.